Hello and welcome back if you're returning. Welcome if you're new. My name is Savannah. I am a tarot reader, channeler, many things. I'm moving into my sole purpose of helping the collective. I'm tied to many different collectives as an indigo and a star seed, also as a twin flame. Lately, my journey has been the twin flame journey, which is interesting to me since my awakening was back in 2012, and the twin flame didn't resonate with me until August of this year. So that's something that's been kind of a big focus for me. So I wanted to get on today and do a twin flame reading, mainly because my struggles with my twin flame union typically reflect the collectives as well. I do understand that there are different waves, but unity is a tricky thing. It kind of comes, it goes until it will actually fully solidify. So yeah, I just wanted to do an update on that since the energies have been kind of heavy for me for a little while now, because I actually haven't done a reading since February. So I wanted to get back into that now that I have more time. Okay, let's get to it. So divine feminine, divine masculine, divine feminine. So what I really asked here was, what are the past energies? So these are the past energies. What are the current energies that are coming in? And then what does that look like? Like what can be done to move in that direction we want to move in, right? Or just what are those future energies looking like based on this? So, and mind you, the future can always be changed, right? So we'll start with the divine masculine. So I identify as a divine feminine. However, if you have been in a twin flame relationship before, you know that typically those roles will go back and forth. But for the purpose of this reading, this is the divine masculine, this is the divine feminine. So what are the past energies? The divine masculine has really been the past energies that are coming into play right now is the Five of Swords. That ego mentality of it's win or lose. And no matter what, he was going to be the victor, no matter what was lost along the way, whether that was friends, lovers. And a lot of this, if you look up Brittany on Enlightened Soul, talked about this in a video recently, I think yesterday, about a lot of the divine masculines went off to war, and sometimes they didn't make it home. So there's really, I'm getting that energy coming into play right now of the divine masculines had to win to come home. Sometimes they didn't win, but I'm also getting that this is really that ego mentality of I'm going to win no matter what the cost, no matter what is lost along the way. And sometimes that was at the detriment of the divine feminines. But in this case, this is more so just that energy of win, lose, ego, die on the hill, right? For the divine feminine, I pulled the wheel. Cycles, karmic cycles, past life cycles, which this was really interesting to me because I just recently read a book called Only Love is Real by Brian Weiss. I highly recommend it. It talks a lot about past lives, and Brian Weiss does really define the field for past life regression therapy. So I've been doing a lot of past life regression, like self-hypnosis, just on YouTube, but like videos and meditations and things like that. Can't say I've really, nothing's come up for me specifically yet that I can remember. I normally fall asleep, even though I do have very vivid visions while it's happening. There's been nothing specific or concrete that I have come to. But anyways, this is interesting because I have been working, like, what are those past life cycles that are coming into play in my life, in my twin flame union, in my life in general. So the divine feminine is really, she's gone through these cycles, and she understands that the fact that it is all cyclical, and that it's all it's all playing into the now. So the energy of the present that the divine masculine is in, we have the King of Wands. Two came out for this, and the Ace of Swords, which I found very interesting, because Brittany kind of alluded that she was pulling similar cards for the divine masculine as well. This is such a stark contrast to this card of he is about the King of Wands is about inspiring support and having a vision and being steadfast to that vision. And I really feel with this Ace of Swords here that our divine masculines are really coming to a hard choice of, do I continue to do things the way I did, that win-lose ego mentality, or do I step into this new vision, this king? Do I step into this king, and where, it's okay to have support, and there are people to back me and support me in my future visions and what I want to do, or do I want to just keep going it alone? So I really feel like the divine masculine's kind of at that crossroads right now. A choice is being presented of how they want to do things. For the divine feminine, I pulled the World, which was very interesting, because I'm really getting here with the wheel tied in, that the divine feminines have really stepped into that divine purpose. Like, we understand that there's more going on. There's like we're seeing the big picture of what's really happening here. And then also the Six of Pentacles, again, stepping into that life purpose, being of service, giving back to other people, which again, this is where my videos are coming in too. Giving back to, stepping into our divine purpose. And for a lot of us, that's, that's giving back to other people, whether that's on a grand scale, like you're going to Africa and you're, helping children out there, or for a lot of you, it's also just starting to do your own readings or your own channelings, or opening that little Etsy shop online that you always wanted. So these aren't even necessarily really large things, but they are things that are moving us in the direction of our life purpose. And giving to other people what we did not have before, now that we have this wealth of wisdom and knowledge, and the earthly capability to do so, which this actually ties in really big for me, because I just recently quit my stable, benefited 9-to-5 job to make room. Well, it was more like 9-to-6, to make room for my life mission, which is this. It's giving back to the collective. As I said, I awakened in 2012. I've been sitting on a lot of this stuff for a long time. So really, giving back and all that hard work, and being able to give it to other people who are fresh on the journey. And then I also pulled the Lovers for this too. So the divine feminine is really moving into that unity with the World and the Lovers. I also recognize that the Lovers can present a choice, right? So I feel like maybe our divine feminines are coming to this place of, we're really moving into our life purpose and giving back. And, for some, we are choosing unity with our divine masculine. For others, we're choosing to move away from that. All of which is part of the journey. There's nothing wrong with that. there's no mistake in this, right? It's whatever you choose. For the divine masculine, this is kind of the future energies, kind of what is coming. I pulled a few more cards for these two in the future spot because I wanted some clarity around what that would look like. So for the masculine, I don't normally read reversals, but in this case I felt I had to, because I actually, depending on what the choice is here that is made, this can be upright too. So I pulled Justice reversed. That's all about denial, not wanting to see the truth, not wanting to see what's really happening here, right? And not, like, just kind of moving at that slow pace. I also pulled the Tower reversed. So the Tower is the Tower. So as you can see, our divine masculines are really going to be moving into some transformative energy. Whether that's fast or slow is up to them. Like I said, I really got the feeling that this could be upright, or it could be reversed, depending on the choices that the divine masculine makes. So, I mean, but while this is not going to be fun to witness or to feel through your connection, this is so necessary and something that's been coming for a long time. It's time for the masculines to wake up. It's time for them to wake up and to move into that next level of energy that we, the feminines, have been in for quite a while. Majority of us, right? Not all. I also pulled the Two of Pentacles, so there's going to be some juggling, some balance. I've pulled this card a lot in my life, so I didn't really need to look it up, but what the intuitive feeling I'm getting with this is these things are really going to bring some balance to the masculine. And so that's really what I got there. What I also thought was interesting, and this was kind of just, this wasn't like what was stated about this card in reverse, but what I found interesting when I was looking at this card, when it's in reverse, it looks like they're climbing towards the stars rather than plunging to the ground. It looks like they're climbing towards the stars. They're climbing out of this fiery hell, so to speak. So I'm choosing to look at the card that way too, that depending on the choices made here, this is going to happen regardless. These two cards are fate. They're major arcana. There's major life lessons and transformations happening here, and the divine masculines are going to be having a transformation. How quickly is on them, but it will happen. And like I said, I get the feeling that they can choose to either climb out of it, and climb towards it, or they're just going to plunge to it. Either way, it's happening. And like I said, that'll bring some balance for the divine feminine. Does that make some room? I pulled the King of Swords reversed. Again, I don't normally read reversals, but it felt pertinent for this reading. He is, when in reverse, the King of Swords is tyrannical, manipulative. So for my divine feminines out there, I felt like this was kind of a warning. This awakening and these struggles that the divine masculine is going through are going to trigger you. They're going to make you want to swoop in, control the situation, be manipulative. We can't do that. We can't do that. This is what we can do instead. The Page of Pentacles. Focus on these things we're building here in the present, our life purpose. Focus on our careers. Find something to keep you busy. Find that passion that keeps you busy and makes you money while you're sleeping. The Emperor, right? Like, really get grounded. Really get into The Emperor, like, maybe ground in that masculine energy. Instead of moving into this manipulative energy, move into this, like, focusing on your life purpose. Maybe go back to school, and really ground in that masculine emperor energy for the masculine, because we all have masculine and feminine inside of us. So, we may need to take some of, like, just not take it on, but we may need to ground in the lesson and the energy of the emperor for our divine masculine. So this is fairness and, doing things in a concrete way. So yeah, that's really what I got there. This is a very transformative time right now. There's a lot going on, and like, I've kind of been struggling with my twin, and I was definitely an ego about it and that needy energy, and I kind of had to come to this place of, he's got a lot going on. There's a lot of transformations going on. And for all of my feminines out there who have gone through that spiritual awakening and that transformative process, you know how vital it is that sometimes you be alone through that. And like, I think if anyone watches Phil Good, if you don't, you should. He kind of talked about it in his May energies as well. Really, if we try to step in, we could be interrupting the growth process. We could be interrupting this transformative process that the divine masculine needs to go through. So if you're in separation, you haven't been speaking with your twin at all, just know that it's supposed to be that way right now, because they're going through some major stuff. So have some compassion for that. And I know, my ego screams it out too of, well, what about me, right? What about me? Okay, well, it's more than just about you. That's what the world is here for. It's more than just about you. Okay? Focus on yourself, as in your life purpose, the things that bring you passion, but don't seek it from the masculine. Get unity from within first. That's how physical union comes. And let me tell you, physical union is still not all rainbows and butterflies. I can tell you that as someone who's in physical union with her twin. So it's still not all rainbows and butterflies. There's still work to be done. And for the masculines, it's gonna be okay. If anything, I understand that the feminines might be a distraction for you right now, and maybe that's why some of you are kind of stepping back. But it's also important that you take care of yourself too. Because we know the energies you're going through right now are very harsh. But if you need us for guidance, we are here. As at least I know for me and most of the feminines, we have already gone through this process that you're going through right now. Some of us have gone through it a couple times. I have. So don't be afraid to look to your feminine for guidance, not distraction, guidance. Look, we can actually be a very valuable tool. I also understand that y'all need to figure it out on your own sometimes, but choose to step into this where you have the support. You have the support of your feminine here. We're here. We're kind of waiting on you, bro, but we're here for you. And so don't be afraid to look to your feminines for guidance, and ask for the support that you need. So I also wanted to do I pulled a couple cards just to kind of get some messages from the angels. As I said, I am a starseed. I am an indigo. That was the first initial huge part of my awakening, was my realization that I am not, in fact, of this planet. So my energies originate from somewhere else. So I've always felt very tied to that. So the first thing the angels want us to know is health. So really taking care of ourselves, Work with Archangel Raphael. If you like to work with the angels, um, Archangel Raphael would be a good one to work with right now. He brings not only health to um, physically, but also brings health to our unions. So, um, I'll probably go over this in some other videos if I gain more traction. I probably will do it anyway, but as I gain more traction, I will start going over visualizations and um, law of attraction kind of stuff. Maybe I do want to dabble into some channeling messages as well. So, um, anyways, health, call on Archangel Raphael to help heal whatever wounds it may be dealing with. I think, especially in regards to some of these past life things. Like I said, I've been working with some past life regression stuff, and while nothing concrete has come up for me, I've been asking for healing in that area so that it doesn't continue to affect what's going on here. The next card pulled was Love Yourself. So, don't be seeking that outside validation. Don't be seeking it necessarily from your twin. Enjoy it if it's there. If you're spending time with them and you're talking to them, enjoy that love, but ultimately, love yourself first. You need to love yourself first. Like this book says, take time to focus on at least one thing you appreciate about yourself today. Your relationship with you is the most intimate one you'll have in this lifetime. The more you love yourself, the more you can focus your energy specifically on the greater good, which really ties into this here too. We need to love ourselves before we can give it away. And then shielding. It's interesting how these kind of all related. Shielding. So the angels are here. Call on your guides. Doesn't have to be angels, whatever you want to call it, right? It's just I'm working with the Indigo Angel Oracle cards, so that's why. The angels are here. The guides, your ancestors, whatever resonates with you at the time. The dragons, I've been working with the dragon energy a lot. They're very fierce, very protective. Whatever shield, like they are here to help you. So as we move into this tough transition with our masculines going through this tower moment and not knowing what's truth and what's not truth, and it's important that we shield ourselves and protect ourselves. It's important, feminines, that we shield ourselves against ourselves, to really so that we don't step back into that old pattern of control and manipulation, but rather grounded authority and bringing in that centeredness. For the masculines, um, call upon your guides to help you through this transition. They are there, they will help you through it. If you just open yourself up to it, I promise there's going to be a lot on the other side that you wouldn't have thought possible. For the feminines, really just just send some shielding to your divine masculine as well. Let him learn the lessons, but you can also kind of shield him and help him through the rougher parts of it. So, but ultimately shield yourself, because that's kind of what I'm getting there too. So, that's the energies that I feel are kind of going on right now. Everything is always in flux. Things could be radically different tomorrow. But in the meantime, just keep this in mind. And, just keep divine feminines, keep focusing on your soul mission. You're doing a great job. Divine masculines, please remember that you have support. You have support from us, the divine feminines. You have support from the other people who truly love you, not the people who just want to use you, not the people that only want you in their life for, certain things. I mean the people that completely and utterly love you. And don't be afraid to call on the support of those people, because they will be there when you need them. So, okay, I love you all, and I will be making more videos. more frequently as I will have more time. I will have more time in my life as I step into my divine purpose. So I thank you all for supporting me with that. There will also be links to go check out some of the people that I referred to in this video, Brittany, Enlightened Soul, and Feel Good. Please like and subscribe. It is helpful as it allows more people to see my videos, and it helps me to actualize my dream. So if you resonated, please leave a comment as well. I love to hear feedback, especially since I'm new on this. So thank you so much.